Welcome back. Do a new video. Okay. And in today's video is a little bit different. And I say a little bit different a lot because if you are new to my channel, welcome. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. But I do everything on this channel from sports to top 10s or conspiracies or random trigger videos. What else? Just so many things on this channel. So if y'all get your tingles here, make sure you leave a subscribe because we got tingles. Okay. In today's video, we got top NBA bust of all time. So if you don't know, and if you're just watching to listen and get some tingles, so NBA bust is a player who is supposed to be top notch, come to the league, make dominance, change their teams around, make everyone around them better, make the team better, and when they get there, they completely flop and it doesn't go through. They actually do terrible, or sometimes they even have to end their careers a little early. So I have a 15 list I'm gonna run through quickly. Alrighty. So number 1, Joe Carroll of 1980. On paper, I have my phone here to give me the details, so I can read them to you guys with correct facts. On paper, this guy doesn't look like a draft bust. He's averaging 17.7 and 7.7 rebounds, even making an all-star team in 1987. The Warriors acquired the number 1 pick from the Celtics in exchange for a center, Robert Parrish. Wow. If y'all don't know Robert Parrish is phenomenal. And a third round pick, which would become Kevin McHale. Oh my gosh. If you guys know basketball, you know that's not. The Celtics became a dynasty, and Carroll became a punchline for one of the most lopsided trades in NBA history. Stromal Swift was drafted 2nd overall by the Vancouver Grizzlies. Rest in peace. In their final year in the greatest white north, a 6'10" center that could jump out of the gym. He averaged 8.4 points a game and 4.6 rebounds a game over an 11-year career. You would think, okay, in his eyes, I got to the league and it lasted 11 years. That's pretty solid. His biggest accomplishment was placing 4th in the 2001 dunk contest and making an all-star team in China. Not exactly the ideal career for a 2nd overall pick, so he was drafted 2nd. Kind of had to bounce around, went overseas, played basketball in different areas. Number 3. Also a number 2 pick in the 1991 draft. You might know this guy's the general manager that drafted LeBron James, but he was once a Naismith College Player of the Year. Drafted by the Cavaliers with the number 2 pick, he hung around for 10 years before jumping ship to the Spurs when he won a championship in 2003. He averaged 7 points and 2.8 rebounds in a underwhelming career. Danny Ferry. Sheesh. Another number 2 pick in the 2002 NBA draft, Jay Williams. The saddest story on this list may be Jay Williams ended a career almost as soon as it started. His career was tragically cut short after his rookie year because of a motorcycle accident. He got in a raw deal, but considered where he was picked and lack of production, he had to be mentioned in the biggest draft bust conversations. I mean, can you kind of name that guy as a draft bust though? I mean, your career got ended from freak accident. I don't know if you could consider that a bust. I think you would just throw that more in the lines of something that could have been due to tragedy. You know what I mean? A number 3 pick in the 2000s, Darius Miles, was another preps to pro tragedy, selected 3rd. It was the highest a player has been drafted from high school legendary high school mixtape because, well, they're the Clippers. A freak athlete, he never developed the skills to make a mark in the league. He only averaged 10.1 points a game and 4.9 rebounds over an 8-year career. One thing I will say is I'm surprised though, a lot of these NBA busts, I'm surprised that they've been in the league for 8 to 10 years, because when I think of bust, I'm thinking you go in, you do 4 or 5 years, everyone notices, and you kind of start falling down heavy. And you know, some people's dream is to make the league. I get it, they're bust because they're supposed to do 25 a game and 28 and 16 assist games and 10 rebound, 15 rebound. Like, I get it. But also, you gotta think, hey, they got to the league, they played 10 years, and they scored at least 10, 15 points a game. You can't be mad at it. Okay, this one is Robert Taylor. He was drafted number 6 in 1998. Shout out my 98 babies in the chat. If you were born in 98, put it down below. Robert Taylor lasted 7 years in the NBA, averaging a measly 4.8 points a game and 3.7 rebounds. To add insult to injury, he was the main piece of the draft night trade that sent Dirk Nowitzki to Dallas. In addition to 4 NBA teams, he played on 7 teams overseas. One of the more cultured players of the past 20 years. So he played on a lot of teams. He probably experienced a lot of things. He probably experienced so much, but being in the NBA, being that high of a pick, we gotta need better out of you, buddy. The number 2 pick in the 1993 NBA draft, Shawn Bradley. I've heard of this one. Shawn Bradley, he was frequently featured on SportsCenter's top 10 plays. Unfortunately, they were someone else's highlights. Although an adept shot blocker, he averaged 8.1 points a game and 6.3 rebounds over a 12-year career. Bradley spent the majority of his career on the wrong end of getting posterized. But hey, I'm not gonna even lie to you guys. People who watch basketball, you know that if you're a great defender and you're a shot blocker at that, you're gonna get posterized. Somebody is going to dunk on you. Wow, this one always comes around when you talk about NBA buzz. The number 3 pick in the 2003 or in the 2006 NBA draft, he could possibly still be around if he panned out well. This is where the list gets really good or really bad on depending on your point of view. Adam Morrison was rocking a 70s styles mustache with a shaggy dog hairstyle, dropping 30 points in college. Well, the NBA, that's a different story. He lasted only 4 years in the league, averaged 7.5 rebounds, 2.1 rebounds, and got lucked into 2 NBA championships with the Lakers. Yes, an NBA bust, but you have rings, and in college you ran that thing. You know? Oh, I know this guy. Hashim to be a number 2 pick in the 2009 NBA draft, standing at 7'3" in 2K. I always used to pick him up just to cheese with a huge. The Grizzlies drafted him at NBA speed. It looked like he was running in quicksand, and any defensive potential he had was marred by his lack of upper body strength and weak motor. 5 years and several D-League stints later, he was out of the league. Not to mention James Harden, Steph Curry. Wow! Not to mention James Harden, Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan were all picked after him. Wow, this one's more recent. This was an upsetting one. The number 6 pick in the number 1 pick in the 2013 NBA draft, Anthony Bennett. Before the 2013 draft, there was speculation as to who was going first. The Cleveland Cavaliers shocked the basketball world when they selected Anthony Bennett, and 4 years and 4 teams later, he was out of the league, only averaging 4.4 points a game and 3.1 rebounds in the NBA. But he went to overseas and got an Euro chip under his and some guy named Michael Jordan. Wow. Tough. Wow. Okay, number 13, the number 4 pick, or the number 1 pick in the 1998 draft, Michael Olowa. The Candy Man. Michael Olowa's career was anything but sweet. He grounded a 10-season NBA career, averaging 8.3 points a game, 6.8 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks. Keep in mind, however, Olowa was plagued with injuries throughout his career, misdiagnosis and surgeries turned him into a shell of his former self, and especially depressing the fact considering he was picked ahead of Vince Carter, Dirk Nowitzki, and Paul Pierce. Wow. Oh, this one always goes. Okay, Kwame Brown. The first high school player to be selected first overall, Kwame Brown was Michael Jordan's big splash as president of the basketball operations for the Wizards. Brown had small hands, lacked maturity, and was a poor free throw shooter, and rumored Michael Jordan made him cry in practice. Not exactly the mental makeup required for the hype of the face of the number 1 pick. Brown played 12 seasons in the NBA, but you can see him play in Ice Cube's Big 3 league. This one's pretty sad right here. Number 1 pick in the 2007 NBA draft, Greg Oden. Greg Oden might have turned out differently if not for the injuries. He missed his entire rookie year because of a microfracture surgery on his lying right knee. Just one out of all of his injuries that would end his career after only 5 seasons. To make matters worse, the second pick is the 2-time Finals MVP, Kevin Durant. Wow. Last one on the list, Darko Miller. Sheesh. Darko is the worst draft bust of all time because he gets no excuse. There weren't injuries, problems, or bad situations. He simply was poorly scouted and overrated. To add insult to injury, the next 3 players drafted were Carmelo, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, making 2003 one of the best draft classes ever. Wow, they didn't give much. They kind of just simply told us overrated. And hope y'all enjoyed the little sports facts kind of thing. Let me know down below in the comments if you want me to continue doing the sports thing. I love doing all types of ASMR, man, like slow, gentle, fast and aggressive, mouth sounds and role plays and sports. I'm with it all. I love doing everything. So make sure you leave it in the comments down below. The only ASMR that I do want to incorporate that I haven't yet, that I might have a surprise for you at 500. Get me to 500 subscribers and you'll see. We're going to get you a massive mukbang of food.